Hello my beautiful Scorpios. Today we are going to be doing your reading for April 2020. I'm not going to make this introduction super long. I hope you guys enjoy. Do not forget to subscribe, click the post notification bell as well so that you're notified next time I upload a video, whether it's on a spirituality talk, a pick a card, or a reading. I want you guys obviously to be able to get that in the perfect divine timing, so just be sure that you get the notification bell so you can see it when it's up if that's something that you're interested in. Without further ado, let's hop on into the reading. If you want to connect with me more, you can visit me on my website for various guides, monthly memberships, or even one-on-one sessions with me, as well as my Instagram, which I will have down below, so be sure to connect with me there. And without further ado, let's just get on into your reading. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at the cards today. I use the Akashic Tarot, Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, as well as classic Rider-Waite Tarot, just to bring it back to home, you know, go with the classic. So let's hop on into your reading. So the first card is the King of Forces. That's so interesting. Leo's also got this card in their group. Must be a strong energy during this time. Card 7, Fated Meeting. Card 8, Six of Roses. Goddess Oracle card is Start Delegating. And classic Rider-Waite Tarot first card is Six of Swords. Four of Wands. Okay, very obvious what's happening to you guys this month. And the last card is Eight of Cups. All right, Scorpio, a lot of energy going on here. So let's take a look to kind of discuss what's happening. So there's a very strong masculine energy for Scorpio at this time. This is represented by the King of Forces card. There's a strong energy, and you met someone. You're gonna meet someone in April, or you've already met them. Again, oftentimes when you do a reading for a sign, the signs are different parts of the timeline. So I mean, this is already what happened. You already met the person. I'm gonna say you've met this person. It's a very strong masculine energy. The way you met them feels very fated. This could be a friend, it could be a relationship, it could be a business partnership, it could be romantic. Oftentimes it's gonna maybe lean towards romantic, but this could be any kind of partnership. It could be a business partnership, someone to deal with, someone that you're just in contact with, a situationship with. And then the last card is the Six of Roses. You're having an internal battle between your mind, body, spirit, soul. Like you're having an internal battle between your mind and your heart, basically, which is very common and represented by the white roses and the red roses and the battle on the field here. And you're starting to feel overwhelmed. This kind of battle, it's like it's when you have cognitive dissonance. You're feeling it's difficult to focus on day-to-day tasks. Day-to-day tasks are getting really difficult to do, and you're feeling really overwhelmed. I'm feeling really overwhelmed energy from you guys because you can't decide which way to go. Like you're really in this battle because so many of these signs point that this was, or like, how could have this been? This is the way this happened, the way the situation unfolded felt so divine, or felt so orchestrated. You felt like there was a lot of details or a lot of things that came together in a way that seemed divine. And because it seemed divine, it's really hard to see the negative or see maybe the dark in the situation. But I want you guys to know that you have to remember that quote, either everything's divine or nothing's divine. So you can't kind of say that like, oh, something's more divine than something else. I know it's easy when things happen in our lives to be like, but this was like this, and this was like this, and this. But like we talk about, like either everything's spiritual or nothing's spiritual, right? And so this meeting may have been fated, but just because something is fated doesn't mean that it's fated maybe for life, maybe fated to teach you a lesson. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna interject like personal things on this, but sometimes when you can meet someone in a very fated way, that person is just meant to teach you a lesson or to be there in a season of life for specific growth and opportunities, as sort of not stepping stone, but as sort of a building block to your soul's evolution. And so I think a lot of you guys are really stuck on the fact that you feel like something was fated in your life. It could be also a work opportunity or direction you were going in, and now it's really difficult because things aren't adding up. I'm gonna say things are just not adding up. Like it's like this is gonna be like this, and this seemed like this should have been like this. And yeah, in this you're having this internal battle. It's like you're in the shower, you're having these thoughts. Before bed, you're having thoughts. You're cooking, you're having these thoughts. You're having a battle in your mind because it doesn't make sense to you. It seems like something was fated, like you said. Something was very strong and powerful, and it felt very like dominating and grounding to you guys. Like you felt grounded, and you felt like, whoa, this occurred. So I think it's really important in this time to, while we work through this, is to ask for help. Ask to talk to your friends or people who close care about you. If possible, I know during this time it's a bit more difficult, but speak to a therapist. You know, meditate, journal, read, or ask for help from close people. Ask maybe someone to do something small for you or cook dinner for you. Ask people to help you with small tasks if possible, so that you can relieve some of the load. I feel like a lot of you guys are in inner conflict. For some, I also want to say I'm getting messages that this could be a really divine meeting and it's something you should keep, but you're having this inner conflict because of limiting subconscious beliefs. Like you attracted a really good situation that is fated, but you're feeling, but all your kind of past, it's like your light is battling with your shadow. Like you have the light side of you that's like, yes, this is aligned, this is meant to be. You're trying to stay as aligned as possible. You're trying to observe and respond rather than react. And then the dark side of you is like, it feels so new, it feels so uncomfortable. It's trying to battle it. Like it's trying to tell you like, no, this isn't for you, or no, you shouldn't go this way, or no, this way is better, or your old way of being is better. I feel like a lot of you guys are called to your old way of being, and this situation is kind of causing you to try to level you up and move you forward into a new way of being, and it's causing this weird tension in you, this internal battle again. Like it's part of you is like trying to stay where you were, not regress, but to stay in the way of life that you liked, and then part of you is trying to get you to move forward into this and step into this and embody this. And it's like the light and the dark within you is bad, and the dark kind of part of you is like, stay, don't risk it, like don't risk it, or the dark part of you is trying to be manipulated. I'm really sensing some of you are either in a manipulative energy, like trying to manipulate a situation, or are being manipulated. And I really suggest that you don't manipulate situations, especially during this time right now. Karma is very heightened, and I don't think it's this kind of, it's not time to play in the tornado. You know, it's not time to play when the waters aren't calm. It's never really the time, right, to do that kind of stuff, but it's really not the time right now. And so 2 messages, whichever one you resonate with. I'm really feeling for some of you who are watching, you felt like something was fated, but it may have just been there to teach you a karmic lesson. This card usually shows something was karmic. So you're feeling like this was it, yes. Like, but then this happened and I saw this some number and I saw this sign and this was like this. And you feel like there's a lot of synchronicities and it was divine, but like I want to say, just because either everything's divine or nothing's divine. So you can't be like, oh, this was in such divine timing, so I know this is a yes, because everything happens in divine timing. Just oftentimes the more positive things we get more excited about, but things that happen maybe that we deem as more negative, we're like, oh, that's annoying, but it's also is happening in divine timing. The same way you fall in love in divine timing, sometimes you get taught a lesson in divine timing. And so I think for some of you, I really want you to reevaluate. This is a karmic tie. Something you can do is like you can find karmic invocations online, but basically just to affirm that you release any karmic ties or contracts that don't serve your highest good. I suggest you sage yourself outside or open the windows and sage yourself and repeat that affirmation that you release all karmic ties that do not serve your highest good, all karmic ties and contracts. So I'll put it on the screen that so you can affirm that I was all karmic ties and contracts that do not serve your highest good. So I want you guys to affirm that. And for some of you guys, I think that it is actually a genuine fated meeting, and you're having a lot of old limiting beliefs come up. A lot of trust issues. If you're dealing with an air sign, also for some of you guys, they're also in their head. So when you bring up any of your internal battle conflict and kind of project it onto them, it triggers something in them, so it becomes a battle. I'm really feeling like this could be with an air sign for some of you guys who are feeling like you're having your trust issues come up, or maybe it's hard for you to open up or be intimate to someone, or be vulnerable, or to fully trust, or to even get excited about the idea of this being something. And when you kind of are in that energy, the other person feels it. And a lot of air signs are feeling really also easily triggered because of past things. So when you project energy into them, it's going to start a battle. So I suggest, if possible, to try to work through this and meditate and integrate, to try to write out what beliefs you have about relationships, and then genuinely look at them and think if they serve you or don't serve you. I'm also getting a message. I would suggest you guys not drink a lot during this time, or not drink if possible, to make accurate decisions. Scorpio has a tendency already to fall into shadow, and alcohol is going to lower your vibration, and this battle can get really rough in this kind of energy if we're gonna be coming from an even lower vibration. So try to respond when you feel triggered or upset or you're confused about the situation. Try to respond with the new you. You can say, okay, how would the old me react that's wounded? But how would the new me that's healed and integrate react to this, or respond to this? So I want you guys to really consider that. I also see you guys are you're moving away. So this is I always want to say 5 swords, but it's 6 of swords. It's really odd. You're moving away, and it's taking a little bit of effort to put your thoughts on the back burner and just tread. So a lot of you guys, like I said, Scorpios are pretty good at, like, they'll push their thoughts, like they will just kind of get a little bit high off of emotion and push their thoughts away. But I think that you finally are, in April, you're going to be putting the thoughts that hurt you. You're going to be moving away from a situation, but it may feel like it's a lot of work. You may feel like also, for those of you who for career or work things or life things, you may feel like you're going in a new direction, like you're leaving the past behind and you're treading forward, but it's a bit difficult. The thoughts are heavy. Like, that's what's making this boat heavy. He's going in a different direction, and you know, but the reason the boat feels heavy is because of the swords on it. Swords represent air or thoughts. So, like, you're going in the right direction, you know this is the way you need to go. And here there's a woman and I think a child on board. I'm getting a message that for your inner child, it's like you guys are known that in order to protect your inner child, you need to go a certain direction. In order to have the creativity and fire and passion for your inner child, you need to go a certain direction, and so you're going that direction. But the only thing that's heavy on the boat are your thoughts. So if you can throw these swords off or try to lighten the load of your heavy thoughts, you will not only go quicker towards your goal, but it'll be easier. And it'll be less effort, less, you know, pushing forward. The boat will be lighter and you'll get there quicker. You're moving in the right direction, moving away from things that don't serve you, and you are moving something that's really good for your inner child. I'm thinking a new hobby or a new aspiration, a new career. But you have a lot of heavy thoughts right now, and the more you can remove heavy thoughts, the quicker. Even if you can stop thinking one negative thought a day, it's gonna lighten the load, right? So just try to remove them one by one. Again, I would say meditating. On the full moon this month, you can even do like a full moon ritual. I have one on my website if you're interested in that one. The influence card is, I think that you felt like you were sold a lie. I think a lot of you guys, again, felt like that this is very, you felt like you were, you felt like you were sold the happily ever after because of how aligned it was, again, because it's karmic, and you may be feeling like you need to move away from it. That's a small message I'm getting, but for a lot. But as you move away from that which didn't serve you, you're building a solid foundation. 4 of Wands, a solid foundation based. Wands represent spirituality, right? And so the influences right now, you're building a strong spiritual foundation for yourself that is going to be very important. It's going to, right now it's really important for you to move away from that which doesn't serve you and to activate your inner child again. You guys, Scorpio, when focused on spirituality, you're very powerful and can bring immense transformation. This is a big transformative time for Scorpio. A lot of things are being brought up for Scorpio that you guys need to take a look at. Being illuminated for sure, especially towards the end of the month. But you guys are going to build this energy, especially mid-month. You're going to feel a sense of stability, a sense of spiritual stability. As you, like I said, loosen this load and move away quickly, you're going to come to this kind of like, this feeling of, okay. For you guys, like I said, the mind, because at the beginning of the month, the mind is what you need to control, because you're moving forward, because Scorpios are determined. So you're determined, like you have the paddle in your hand, you have your inner child with you, you're moving yourself forward, regardless of those negative thoughts are there, you don't care, you're like, I'm moving forward. And that's something to be really proud of, Scorpio. A lot of people, if they had these heavy thoughts, they would just throw this in the water and just sit there and be like, it's too heavy for me to go. You're like, 6 swords, I don't care, let's go. And you're, even with the heavy thoughts in your mind at this moment, you're still moving towards it because you believe. It's also like, I'm getting onto, you believe in that happy ever after, and because you believe in the happy ever after, you will get it. And I think that sometimes you want to see results quickly of the happy ever after, but what you have to do is you have to build this within you first, and then it's out, and then it's built outside. Yeah, I'm really sensing that you guys are just like, you're pushing forward. Like, you have all these thoughts of things from the past or fears or worries, but you're like so determined to move in a new direction. You're like, I don't care, I'm gonna pedal forward. And I want to say again, that's something to be really proud of, because most people, when they have this heaviness of the thoughts, they're not getting on the boat. They're like, the boat's too heavy, I can't cross the ocean. Why am I gonna get in there with my inner child with a paddle? Why am I gonna do that? You guys want to give your inner child the happily ever after that you know that the inner youthfulness of you deserves, and because of this dream that you know that your inner child has, you're in the boat and you're moving forward. I'm really seeing that for Scorpio, that you have a strong determination and almost kind of like like a tunnel vision, in the sense that you're like, I don't care where I'm going, I don't care if I have these negative thoughts, not I don't care where you're going, but you're like, I'm going my direction, the direction that I feel guided to. I don't care if I have these dark thoughts at this moment, I'm still pushing forward because my inner child and I deserve this happily ever after. And because you deserve this happily ever after, you're gonna build this kind of, especially because you're gonna have time alone obviously during this time to do inner work, you're gonna build a strong spiritual foundation, and it's very crucial for you guys, especially by mid-month. If you're watching this at the beginning of the month, when this is more close when it's posted, and you guys to really make sure you're working on your spiritual kind of side, whether that's creating a strong morning routine, a yoga practice, a meditation practice, a workout practice, even if you're going for a walk and meditating or journaling or whatever you're doing, watching spiritual videos, doing breath work, whatever you're doing to build this kind of solid base within you, it's gonna be really important for you guys. It's gonna allow you to toss all these away. It's gonna allow, even if you have one, even if you get to your destination, you have one sword left, because if you create this strong foundation, the sword will fall away. And you're going into the unknown. You really, it's like, you guys are just, for you in April, you're gonna be moving forward. It doesn't matter what kind of thoughts you have, negative or not negative, you know that you deserve this. You know you deserve this. So because you know you deserve this in the outer world, you're gonna get this, Scorpio. You're gonna get the happily ever after that you want. Whatever that vision is that you want, maybe you thought you were gonna get before, but that day didn't work out, you're gonna end up getting it. You're gonna get it better than you wanted it, because you know you deserve it. And because you move towards it. It doesn't matter the thoughts you're having, you're moving towards it. And I wanna emphasize that it's important to build this spiritual strong sense of foundation. You're moving into the unknown. Again, it's like, it's just, this guy is so determined here and here. It's like, it doesn't matter that you're leaving past, this is past emotional baggage behind. It doesn't matter if you have heavy thoughts, because you're leaving past emotional baggage behind. You're moving forward. And you're moving into the unknown. You're leaving your old fears and emotions. Cups represent emotions 8. You're realizing that things come in cycles, and you're ready to start a new cycle. Oh my gosh, someone just walked by as I'm doing tarot, and it was like very, like they like looked me in the eyes. Okay, it's kind of like funny, but you know that things come in cycles and in waves, and you just know this is a new chapter. I'm really feeling a new chapter for Scorpio, and the moon is there to guide you. You know this is the right path to go, and your emotions are guiding you. You're leaving behind the old cups, old promises, old hopes, old beliefs, because you know that everything's circles. You know that they'll be refilled. Just because these cups are spilled now, you know that all these cups are going to be filled. All 8 cups are going to be filled, and 9 cups, and soon you'll have the 10 cups, you know? I think, because also if you guys have any Leo friends, this time it's really helpful to be around Leo energy. If you have a friend with a Leo or moon in Leo, it's really positive to talk with them, text them, chat with them, FaceTime with them, message with them, Instagram message, whatever you can do. Connecting with Leo is going to be really good for you guys. And I would say to connect with your emotions are going to guide you. Your inner self or your intuition, your heart is going to become what's going to guide you to this. Right now, it's like that song, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going, like, or whatever that song is. Like, you feel like you don't know, like, you know where you're going because you know it's the right way to go, but because you know you want to get this, and you know you're going to get this because you guys are determined and you're going to build this inside first. But it's important for you guys to build this internal spiritual practice and a solid foundation of a spiritual practice, so that you can be in tune with this. So as you're going, you know, you're moving forward, that the moon's guiding you, you know, that the moon's there for you, and it's guiding you. The moon, so your intuition is guiding you, and then the sun or your Leo energy around you supporting you. Again, Leo energy is really good to be around you, or it's really good to embody during this time. Embody that confidence. Do things that make you confident, do things that make you feel sexy, just do things that make you feel confident. Try to integrate Leo energy into your life, that fire, the passion, because Scorpio, because it's water, you know, it can start to boil, and it can start to get really hot and emotional, and we want to embody that passion. We want that fireness, we want that determination that you have, but we want it channeled in a more, I don't say sustainable way, but a more sustainable way. So being around, like I said, Leo friends, Leo energy, you're channeling that Leo energy. I'm getting more being around Leo energy, like kind of in exchanging with that. But also making sure you stay in tune with your emotions. Your emotions are going to guide you to this throughout now in the next few months to come. So stay in line with your higher self, and stay in line with your emotions, and you will get this, okay? You know you're going to get this, so you're going to get this. So don't worry. And yeah, I would, again, if you have like kids, or you have small tasks that maybe are difficult to do during this time, ask for help. I think it's also a really good lesson for you guys to learn to receive. It'll make you feel really worthy. So if someone buys you a cup of coffee or sends you something, sends you flowers, I don't know, just allow yourself to receive. And if you need, if someone can help you with something, just ask. Even if you're not sure how they'll respond, because you're not maybe maybe used to asking people to help you, just start asking just to kind of start getting used to receiving a bit more. I think that'll be really helpful in channeling a divine kind of feminine energy and staying less in the boiling and more in like in the mysteriousness of Scorpio, rather than when it's like the piping hot water of Scorpio. So that's it, Scorpio. I love you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Be sure to give me a like if you enjoyed this video and turn on post notifications as you subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and I'll connect with you on my website down below or on Instagram. Bye. We'll be right back.